What's going on, everybody? This is Derek from Real Maine Fishing, and I am back. I want to talk to you about the Garmin Panoptix Livescope. What I did over here was I put my Garmin Panoptix Livescope into a dry box, and this is what I came up with. I looked at some videos online, and it talked a lot about using the Magellan outdoors dry box, and it seemed like an excellent idea. There was a lot of changes that I wanted to make to it along the way, so I made changes that I saw fit that needed to be changed. I don't want to have to buy a bunch of amped outdoors or Dakota lithium batteries if I don't have to. I run a lot of Milwaukee tools, so I found that I could probably find out a way to use my Milwaukee M18 batteries to power up the box. So that is what I did. I have the cord coming out of the back here. It's just a rubber grommet on it. There's really no point in showing you that. I ended up using the Garmin ice pole. I don't know how this is going to work out. I think it's going to work out really good just because it's got the Garmin name on it. I know there's a lot of other ones out there from Arc Lab and just all these other people that are 3D printing their own. But I felt comfortable going with this. A little expensive for what it is. I think this is like $130 in PVC, which I don't see that. But I liked the fact that as you turn the top, it turns the transducer on the bottom and you can see where you're looking. I don't believe it's like that with all the other ones that are out there. I could be wrong, so don't call me out on it, please. But anyways, we'll get to more of this when it comes to the time of ice fishing. I really just wanted to go over the dry box that I made, and I'm going to come around, grab the camera here in a second and go over that. We have the 4 rod holders, which I think is super convenient because I can just keep my rods right here, and as I see fit, as I need to change baits, everything will be right out in the open, right in front of the hole, which, I mean, you got to be ready for any situation when you're out there. So I'm going to grab the camera. I'm going to go over this really quick. We can do, if people are really interested, I can break it right down and go step by step on how I did this, what tools I used to do it with, and how I got everything to fit and wire and all that kind of stuff. My wife told me that I should have done an actual build on this, but I just wasn't ready to commit to something like that yet. Probably should have done it. She's usually right. But so let me grab the camera and we'll go over this. This is, like I said, the Magellan outdoor dry box. It is not a cooler. It seems a lot like a cooler because when you open it up and you drill into it, there's foam throughout it. There's closed cell foam. But anyways, this was not here when I bought it. I actually purchased this on Amazon. It's nylite. I can put the link of everything that is used to build this in the description or in the details. I don't know where it exactly goes, but my wife will show me, I'm sure of that. But so when you open it, I put gas shocks in it, just like the guys on YouTube did. They showed me how to do this, and I actually bought ones that were way too big for it. They were humongous, and I think if I were to use them, it would have snapped the top right off the hinges. So I'm really glad that I didn't end up using those. Like I said, we have this thing powered with an M18 12.0 HD battery. This is the biggest, baddest one that they got. So of course it had to go inside this project. Next to that, also I got a DC converter. This converts my voltage from 18 volts down to 12. That's super important because this is the Garmin EcoMap 73 SV UHD model. If I messed that up, I probably did. It's a lot to say. But anyways, this right here only has a maximum voltage of 18 volts. If that battery produces any more than 18 volts, I don't want it to give me the black smoke that this thing does not deserve. So anyways, it's pretty simplistic. All you do is you click a button and you power it on. The 18 volts is turned into 12 volts, in this case 12.2, with that DC converter. With this, I'm able to have 2 dual USB batteries. This is important because when you need to phone your friends and show them the amazing fish that you've been catching, maybe even a PB, or if you just want bragging rights and you want to show people that you're catching bigger fish than them, you can charge your phone up or whatever you need to do that with. Next, we just got a 12 volt, I don't know, it's kind of like an old cigarette lighter. Next, we have different auxiliaries. So what does this auxiliary do? Let me show you. it gives me blue lights because blue lights are cool. Everybody loves blue lights. The big thing I like about blue lights is that they're not super bright. This, I think, during the pitch black will allow me to move around my shack and not trip and fall over things. It'll light it up just enough so that I can see, and then anyone else that's in the shack, they'll be able to see a little bit. I have some more. I was thinking about possibly putting more in here just so I can get a little bit more light inside the shack, but I don't want the fish to know I'm there, so I don't want to have a giant light hanging up over my head in the shack, making light down through the water. I want the fish to not think I'm even there, so the blue light is what I went with. Maybe might put like a little UV strip right here and also incorporate it into the same switch that I powered the light on so that I can glow my UV lures up. But that's that. This, well, nothing really looks like it happens when you do that, but what it does is it powers up my black box. This is the Panoptix Livescope black box. It is required in order to use the Livescope Panoptix function. Next, switch this. That gives me power to my screen. So I know this is a little bit bigger than most of the setups you've seen, but nothing is protecting my equipment more than this box. You do not find hard case shuttles that are out there. So that is why I went with this box. I need my stuff to be protected. I go on long snowmobile rides through the North Maine woods in order to get to the places that I like to go to, and sometimes getting on and off the lake. A lot of things get jostled in the back of the tote sled. They get slammed around. So this is going to keep everything of mine protected. This battery even is locked into place. It can't go anywhere. This is down with 4 different, I think they call them elevator bolts. I can go over all this on another video and show you how this is all built, but everything is anchored down. This is anchored down. Nothing's going to move. Yeah, basically that's it. I can view everything. I like also how, do you see how much higher? Normally your screen is going to be right here, right on the ground. Okay, that's fine and dandy and all, but when you're sitting up in a chair, I don't want to be looking down at this. So that's why I also have this angled up a little bit so that I can see everything from where I'm sitting inside my shack. It keeps everything up off the ground. If anybody wants to splash anything, it's just going to hit here. If it does go in there, it's not that big of a deal because everything in here is water rated. This is a marine panel. It is a marine DC panel. It is rated to get wet. It's not going to hurt it. This gets soaked all the time when I'm in my boat in the springtime, summer, and fall, so I'm not worried about this getting wet either. But this is just kind of like, I don't know, it's protecting things, and that's what I care about. So that is the setup. I really think that this is going to be a great unit. This little wire here is just left over from the switch that I haven't used yet. I'm thinking about underneath here, there's a little bit of clearance, and I think that I can get another strip light under there, maybe a green one, because I don't know if you guys have ever night fished with green lights. It creates a chain reaction of awesomeness in where the algae form a cloud underneath the hole, and they make it so that like bigger plankton come in, and then after that you get smelts that come in, and after the smelts come the lake trout and the whitefish and the eel pout, and it's an awesome thing. So anyways, this is the Magellan Outdoors Panoptix Livescope box that I have built. I'm very excited for it. You will see this in many more videos. Thank you guys so much for staying tuned. Again, my name is Derek. This is Real Maine Fishing. We're 30 degrees outside right now, so we're gonna be making ice soon, and I'll see you guys outside.